Welcome to my channel Alien Signal. The training hall of the Interstellar Coalition Academy was built to intimidate. It stretched wider than most human cities, its ceiling disappearing into a haze of artificial atmosphere regulators and suspended gravity nodes. Hundreds of cadets from dozens of worlds stood in formation, each species a testament to the vastness of the galaxy. Towering reptilians, translucent beings of living gel, armored insectoids, and sleek, sharp-eyed predators evolved under alien suns. And among them, standing in the third row of Unit K-47, was Cadet Daniel Reyes, a human. He looked small compared to most of the others. That alone made him a target. "Straighten your posture, Cadet." The voice cracked like thunder across the hall. Instructor Virex strode between the ranks, her talon feet clicking sharply against the metallic floor. She belonged to the Cathari, a species known for their dominance, both physical and psychological. Standing nearly 8 feet tall, her exoskeletal plating shimmered with dark violet hues, and her 4 eyes scanned the formation with predatory precision. She stopped in front of Daniel. Slowly, deliberately. "Species designation, human," she said, her tone dripping with disdain. "Primitive, fragile, late entrant into the coalition." A few cadets shifted, some emitting low, alien chuckles. Daniel didn't react. He kept his gaze forward, jaw tight, shoulders squared. "Look at me when I address you," Virex snapped. Daniel turned his head, meeting her gaze. For a brief moment, something passed between them, something unreadable. "Do you believe you belong here, human?" she asked. "Yes, Instructor," Daniel replied calmly. Her upper lip curled, exposing sharp, serrated mandibles. Confidence without justification is arrogance. Without warning, her arm lashed out. The slap echoed through the hall like a sonic blast. Daniel's head snapped to the side. The force of it sent him staggering back a step, boots scraping against the floor. A ripple moved through the ranks. Even the other instructors paused. For a moment, there was silence. Daniel slowly turned his head back. A faint red mark spread across his cheek. But he didn't fall. He didn't flinch. And most importantly, he didn't look afraid. Virex narrowed her eyes. "Pathetic," she said. "Your species is known for emotional instability. Let's see it. Anger, fear, submission." Daniel inhaled slowly, then exhaled. "Permission to speak, Instructor." Her eyes flickered with amusement. "Granted. You just made a mistake." The hall went still. Several cadets shifted uneasily. Even Virex tilted her head, intrigued. "A mistake," she repeated. Daniel nodded once. "Yes." For a split second, nothing happened. Then Virex laughed. A harsh, grating sound. "You dare threaten me?" Daniel didn't answer. Instead, he stepped back into position. And that, more than anything, made her irritation spike. "Training exercise." Virex barked suddenly. "Combat evaluation. All units prepare." The floor shifted beneath their feet as modular panels rearranged into a combat arena. Gravity fluctuated, stabilizing at a level slightly heavier than Earth's. Daniel rolled his shoulders subtly. He could feel it. The increased pull. For most species, it was manageable. For humans, it was nothing. "Cadet Reyes," Virex called out. "Step forward." Daniel did. "Your opponent, Cadet Zalthar." A massive figure emerged from the opposing line. Zalthar was a bractyl, a species bred for war. Standing over 9 feet tall, covered in layered armor-like skin, with 4 muscular arms ending in crushing claws. A murmur spread through the hall. This wasn't a fair fight. It wasn't supposed to be. Virex smiled coldly. "Let us see how long the human lasts." The signal sounded. Zalthar moved first. Fast. Far faster than something his size should be. He lunged, 2 arms striking high, too low, aiming to overwhelm. Daniel didn't retreat. He stepped forward. That alone caused confusion. At the last second, he shifted his weight, twisting just enough for the first strike to miss. His hand shot up, grabbing one of Zolthar's limbs, not to stop it, but to redirect it. Momentum. The massive alien stumbled slightly. Daniel pivoted. His elbow drove into a joint. A cracking sound echoed. Zolthar roared. The second wave of attacks came faster, angrier. Daniel ducked, rolled, and moved, not with brute force, but with precision. Every motion efficient, every strike calculated. The hall fell silent. This wasn't desperation. This wasn't luck. This was training. Zolthar swung again, a wide, powerful strike. Daniel stepped inside it. Too close. Too fast. His fist drove upward. Once. Twice. 3 times. Each hit landing on a weak point. Zolthar staggered back. Then Daniel did something unexpected. He stopped. Lowered his hands. Yield, he said. The Bractyl blinked, stunned. No one had ever told him to yield. Not like this. Not mid-fight. The hesitation cost him. Daniel moved again, faster than before. A precise strike to the neck. Zolthar collapsed. The impact shook the floor. Silence. Absolute silence. Virex stared. Her expression unreadable. Match complete, the system announced. Daniel stepped back, breathing steady. Not even winded. Virex walked forward slowly. You defeated him. Yes, instructor. How? Daniel met her gaze again. You trained us to fight like soldiers, he said. But humans, we've been fighting long before we had teachers. Her eyes narrowed. There are stronger species. Yes. Faster. Yes. More durable. Yes. Then why are you still standing? Daniel paused, then answered simply, because we don't stop. Something shifted in the room. Something subtle, but undeniable. Virex studied him, really studied him, and for the first time, she saw it. Not weakness, not fragility, but something far more dangerous. Persistence. Another match, she said suddenly. The hall stirred. Against me, gasps echoed. Even the other instructors reacted. This was unprecedented. Daniel didn't hesitate. Yes, instructor. The arena reset. Virex stepped into position, her presence dominating the space. Do not hold back, she said. I won't. The signal sounded. Virex moved instantly, faster than Zolthar, stronger, more precise. Her strike came from above, a crushing blow meant to end it immediately. Daniel barely avoided it. The force alone cracked the floor. He rolled, came up, and countered. His strike landed, and did nothing. Virex didn't even flinch. She retaliated with a backhand. Daniel blocked, and was thrown across the arena. He hit the ground hard, sliding several meters. Pain flared. He tasted blood. The hall watched in silence. This was the difference. This was reality. Daniel pushed himself up. Slowly, steadily. Virex tilted her head. Stay down, she said. No, he charged. Again, and again. Each time, he was struck down. Each time, he got back up. The third time, his movements slowed. The fifth, his breathing grew heavy. The seventh, he staggered. But he kept coming. Virex's strikes became sharper, more aggressive, not because she needed to, but because something about this was unsettling. Why wouldn't he stop? Yield, she demanded. No, he moved again, barely standing, yet still advancing. The room felt different now. The other cadets weren't watching a fight. They were witnessing something else. Something raw, something ancient. Daniel took another hit, and another, until finally, he didn't fall. Virex's strike stopped inches from his face. Her arm trembled slightly, not from effort, from realization. Daniel stood there, bloodied, exhausted, but upright. Still looking at her. Still refusing to quit. Why? She asked, her voice quieter now. Daniel swallowed. Because you hit me. It wasn't anger. It wasn't rage. It was something simpler. Clearer. You don't get to decide what I am, he continued. Or what my species is. Silence filled the hall. Virex slowly lowered her arm. The tension broke. Training complete, she said. But her voice had changed. The edge was gone. The arrogance. Gone. She turned away, but not before saying, Cadet Reyes. Daniel straightened. Yes, instructor. There was a pause. Then, you were correct. The hall seemed to hold its breath. I made a mistake. And just like that, everything changed. From that day forward, no one laughed at the human cadet. No one underestimated him. And Instructor Virex. She never struck another cadet without reason again. Because she had learned something that day. Something the entire academy would remember. Humans weren't the strongest, or the fastest, or the most durable, but they had something no training could teach. Something no species could replicate. They endured, and once pushed, they never stopped. Thank you for listening. Subscribe for more cinematic science fiction stories.